This is my audience. So my personal experience that I'm going to talk about is my first trip to Europe. I'm half Italian and I've always wanted to go to Rome. So once a year my high school would do a Europe trip and it was a really big deal. Me and my friends went to school at 6 a.m. the day of sign-up to make sure that we would get a spot. I was a sophomore on my first trip to Europe, so I was 15 years old. I was so excited to be given this opportunity with my friends, and I was also excited because my mom was going to be a chaperone too. On this trip, we visited Barcelona, Paris, and Rome. On the 8-hour flight to Barcelona, I imagined what Spain would be like. And when we arrived, I realized Spain is greater than anything you could ever imagine. Me and my friends walked down Los Ramblos several times during this trip. It is the central-most boulevard that cuts through the heart of the city. It sounds like other cities with cars honking, people talking, and music playing, but the sounds were not chaotic, they were pleasant. Los Ramblos is colorful and exciting. On almost every street, there are performers such as people pretending to be statues. It's amazing how still they can stay. Los Ramblos has a ton of shopping and restaurants. It's kind of like a more beautiful and exciting Soho, which can be boring for a city girl like me. Barcelona is known for their paella, which is a sizzling rice dish with seafood. I'm not a huge fan of seafood, but this dish smelled and looked amazing. You can smell the shellfish and hear the sizzling, so it's a dish you can smell and hear. Thursdays in Barcelona are known as Paella Thursdays. After a few days in Barcelona, we took the TGV train to Paris. The train ride took 6 hours, so we took an overnight train. Overnight trains are not fun. The compartments are so small you can barely fit yourself, let alone your suitcase. As soon as I got off the train, I realized the 6 uncomfortable hours were worth it. Paris is amazing, and as soon as we got there, me and my friends went to Latterie, which is a famous macaroon bakery. Latterie smelled incredible. It smelled like we were literally inside a cupcake. I tried macaroon flavors such as lavender, rose, and lily of the valley. These may sound weird, but they were incredible. Several things in Paris are made of roses. I went to a perfume factory and they had perfume made of roses, and I also went to a chocolate factory that sold rose chocolate and rose-flavored jelly. I thought rose jelly would be disgusting, but it tastes as good as the rose smells. The best part of visiting Paris was seeing the Eiffel Tower at night. The Eiffel Tower at night lights up and sparkles. It's beautiful. It was a cold February evening as we climbed up the stairs of the Eiffel Tower. I remember my hand touching the railing. The feeling of the cold steel was startling, but as we climbed higher and higher, we forgot how cold it was because the view was so breathtaking. The last city we visited was Rome. I think Rome was the best part of this trip. I seriously think I gained 10 pounds in 4 days because that's how amazing the food was. Pizza in New York does not even come close to the pizza in Rome. The slices in Italy are much smaller than the average slice in the United States. You also rarely see plain slices. You mostly see slices with spicy salami, and you even see them with hard-boiled eggs. The best part of Rome was the gelato. Italy makes chocolate hazelnut candy called baci, which you can buy in the United States. But what you can't buy is the baci gelati. Rome's baci gelati is delicious. It tastes like Nutella, but even better. It has a sweet hazelnut taste. The way the streets of Rome smelled was delicious too. I wish I could have bottled the air as a souvenir. The air was crisp and fresh. Visiting the Trevi Fountain was the most exciting part of this trip. I always dreamt of throwing a coin over my shoulder into this fountain, and finally my dream was coming true. This trip was one of the best experiences of my life. I'll never forget how beautiful each city was, and how magical landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower and Trevi Fountain can be. This is my audience at the end of my speech.